Hey YouTube fam, it is your girl Tall Trends and I am back with another video. I'm hoping that I can upload as many as possible before I break down the rest of my tables and everything. I still have maybe about a month and a half before things start popping off and the majority of things will be put away. So the wig that we're gonna try on today, I'm sorry I tried it on without y'all. I purchased this one a while back, but I've only worn it once in the last year, so it's still in fabulous condition. It comes from the Sensationnel What Lace Cloud 9 line. I believe that's what it's called. So there's one little issue here, right? Before we even try on the wig. I can't remember the color of this wig. It's either a flamboyage chocolate or a flamboyage auburn. Those two seemed very similar and I wasn't able to tell with the photos by comparing what I have and what they have online, so I'm sorry about that. But this wig comes in an array of colors, so that's going to be kind of fun for those of you who live in states that actually have seasons. I grew up in Miami, so you know there's rainy season and humid season. So for those of you who have seasons, fall should be sneaking around the corner if it isn't already visiting you. So this would be a fun unit to wear, especially in this color and at this length. I think it, you know, in cooler weather, you could pull this off, but if it's a bit too hot, maybe not so much. So the unit that I'm wearing today is a unit that I made some years back. I've had this unit for 3 years and I would say the closure is just starting to get a bit sparse. The hair is tough. Okay, this hair has been through a lot. I'm pretty sure I got it from AliExpress. If you are interested, let me know, because I purchased this hair maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I cannot speak to the fact that the hair that you get may be different than the hair that I have. I will say that this hair was probably like a Remy something. It wasn't like very high quality, but it's better than high quality hair, which is interesting. It came in a natural color and I bleached it, and I think I dyed it 3 times. The first time I bleached it, it only would get up to like a level 6 or 7 and it was very brassy. And then after that I went in and toned it down and, you know, highlighted it a bit with 2 different like auburn browns and like a lighter one, and it gave me this really pretty color. So yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite wigs. I don't know if I'll be able to replace the closure because I did so many different things in the coloring process and I didn't write it down. I don't know if I'm going to be able to salvage the hair. I think what I might do is just go through the painstaking process of ventilating my closure so I can rock this hair hopefully for another 2 years. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you the unit. Disclaimer, I broke a nail. Y'all know how I am. Even if I break a nail, I'm still gonna post things, so just pretend you don't see it. So this is the color of the unit, and then it has these behind the ear money pieces, and I've already cut the lace. This is the inside of the What Lace. As you can see, it's a frontal. I will place it on my head. Can't recall when trying on this wig if I could rock it as a real frontal. I don't think that I could. I think it fit just right with cutting off most of the lace up until the ventilated lines. So if you have a larger head and you want to wear this like as an actual frontal, I don't know, I'm sorry, I can't help with that because I just don't wear my wigs that way. It could be possible, so if you buy one and you try it out and you think that it did what it was supposed to do, let me know. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw this on. I have some product in the front from the last time that I used it. I know on one of my videos I said I don't really like using product, which that's mostly true, but I will use a little bit of Got to Be spray and my Style Factor Edge Booster and do a little customizing to the front. However, as far as like dry shampoo and mousse and stuff like that, I typically don't like to put those in my units. I find that the Style Factor Edge Booster and the got to be spray rinses out very easily, and it doesn't cause a lot of damage to my units. Now I would say for this unit, I think she's called Zelena. She's not like super shiny, she's like a wannabe Yaki, so we'll put it there. So I'm going to go ahead and take off the unit that I have right now. So I already placed some edge booster on my edges, so I'm going to go ahead and throw this right on. And remember, I don't use the combs. There is two temple combs. There's a comb in the middle, which I really need to take these out because they really bother me. They catch onto my hair even when I don't want them to. And then there's the short wannabe comb in the back that doesn't do nothing for nobody. All right. As you can see with this unit, my family is like screaming in the background and doing a lot of stuff, so excuse the noise. I'm not even gonna try to block that out if you heard them screaming. Told you, soundtrack of my life. If you haven't seen my other videos, my head measures 24.5 inches in circumference. And now that I'm looking at this unit, I think it's the Zelena Flamboyage chocolate. I think I got the chocolate one. It goes ear to ear, so like if you wanted a true, and remember I cut it right at the ventilation line, so if you wanted a true frontal, that might be a bit difficult if your head measures 24.5 inches or larger. Now right now it's a bit snug but not tight. I'm just gonna throw it off really quick. I want to see where I have, okay, so I have the bands on the last hook, the adjustable bands. Now because this is a frontal, I am not gonna cut these out, and I need it to have some security. This hairline is so nice. You could wear this straight back. You could wear it straight back or in the middle part, and you could just glue it down with some got to be spray. I'm just going in with a wide tooth comb, little nappy naps at the end. I pushed the table back a bit just so you can see how long this unit is. I will put the actual length down below in the description. So I'm just gonna go in with my edge booster and my brush. All right, I stepped off camera for a minute because you know it's kind of hard for me. I'm recording from my phone, so it's really hard for me to style. Over time, I'll get better at it. So I had already cut some hairs kind of slanted ways to make some baby hairs. I wanted to get up really close so you could see how it looks if you decided to rock it without any baby hairs. You know, I formed the baby hairs quickly with some edge booster, and then I went in with my got to be spray and I tied it down and I blow dried it a bit. Let me back up so you can see the overall look. I'll throw it to the back so you can see what it looks like in the back. Hopefully y'all are able to see that. I wore this I think last fall, so I'll try to find a picture and post it probably over here, over there, wherever it's gonna pop up. I think this is really cute. I don't know how it's gonna hold up over time because it's a longer wig, but if it starts to knot up, I'll probably just cut all of this off. I honestly think it would look better shorter. I 100% believe that. I just haven't got around to it since I don't wear this unit often. Probably when I get off camera today, I'll go in and I'll do a little choppy chop. And if so, I'll put up some pictures afterwards of how that looked, and I'll tell you if the choppy chop went well. I don't want to mess up the unit, and I've only worn it one time and it was expensive when I purchased it, so we don't want to go too crazy for the tube, okay? If your head measures 24.5 to 25 inches, you'll be able to fit this comfortably, but not being able probably to rock it as a true frontal. If your head measures over 25 inches, if you cut out the bands in the back, it'll probably give you about 1/4 of an inch of wiggle room. But I would say anything over 25.5, this wig is going to fit tight. If you saw my other video on the What Lace Cloud 9. I did a review on 2 similar bob wigs, but they were different colors, and I'll put that in a link up top so you could just be able to toggle over there. Those wigs had a lot more stretch capabilities in the cap than this one does, and I was a bit surprised by that because it's basically the same construction. I don't know if it's because there's more hair in this wig. This wig is actually really full. There's a lot of hair. There's no flatness anywhere. The density is great. So I want to get this wig in other colors. They have, like, I think a dark brown one with the blonde highlight in the front, and I mean they have an array of colors. If I end up going in and purchasing some more, I will hop on so you can see those colors live and see what those look like. So I hope this was useful to you all, and I'll see y'all again next time. I can't promise if I'm gonna post any more wig reviews this week. I do have a couple of more wigs that's not from the Sensational line that I would like to try. It just depends what's kind of going on. I kind of want to relax for the rest of the week. As I gain more followers, I may commit to the techniques I use to making a wig from scratch for people who have larger circumference heads. I would say the techniques are not the same. When I was in Florida, I opened a LLC to make wigs, and it was really for only women who had big heads, but I got some folks that was asking me to make some for them, and they had actually extremely small heads, smaller than average heads, and it takes some different techniques. It's not all the same. I've had folks who are much more talented than I am when it comes to coloring, like they're professionals. I just like play around and I've learned stuff along the way, but they're professionals and they've been in the business for a long time, and I dropped some bank on some wigs. And because of the methods that they use, the wigs didn't fit the way that I wanted them to. Now I cannot wear them. Yes, one in particular is very uncomfortable, and when I move, I'm going to rip it up and make it over. She did the hardest part, which was the coloring and the plucking, so I'm really happy for that. And the hair is still in fantastic condition, so I'm gonna go in. I might have to add some tracks. That's gonna be tricky. We'll see how that works. The second wig I got from her is absolutely wonderful. It's beautiful. We went up about a ½ inch in the cap size, but I knew this right from a long time ago, but I didn't really experience it. So when it comes to making wigs on a dome cap, when you hand sew the wig, there is no give to that wig. I mean, it takes out all the stretch capabilities in the cap. And last year I purchased a wig from someone who was making wigs for 10 years. She had like a lot of clients and everything, and I stressed to her how I needed my wig to be custom, because I saw how she made her wigs on her dome head, and I told her it wasn't going to fit. And she, of course, still did it her way because she thought she knew better than me. And I mean, mind you, she has thousands of clients, but I also know my head. And guess what? It didn't fit. It did not fit even a little bit. It would not stretch over my head. After a lot of tug of war, I was able to return the wig and get my stack back. So I want y'all also to be aware, if you are new to wigs and you have a larger head and you see a wig maker that you like and you want them to make a wig for you, if they are hand sewing wigs, you need to think about that. And if they are, you need to go up probably a ½ inch and just tell them. So if you're 24.5, just tell them you absolutely know your head measures 25 inches, right? So it's still not going to stretch, but it's always going to go over your head. It might be a tad loose, but you have the adjustable band and the combs in the back and everything like that. Now, if they machine sew their wigs, which is what I do, it keeps all the stretch in the cap, which is amazing. So let me know if y'all in the future are interested in knowing how I make my wigs and how I customize my wigs. It's very simple the way that I do things because I don't want to stress myself out. You know, I'm not like, a stylist, right? That's not my background. I just started making my own wigs about 4 years ago, and I learned a lot along the way. And so I basically tried to implement the easiest, fastest way to create a wig and for it to fit me and for it to look the way that I want it to look. So anywho, y'all, I love y'all and I'll see you again. If you do want me to post you know, how I make my wigs, let me know. And that'll happen after I move, because I need the time, the space, and the equipment to do that. Until next time, bye.